What's up, NFL fans? Welcome back to the channel, Revis Talk Sports. I am back again with my weekly NFL spread picks predictions video. If you've been following the channel, we went 7 out of 12 on single bets for the whole entire Sunday slate, which is about a 58% hit rate. Not too shabby. Let's get the momentum going into week 15, including some teaser parlays that I have for this week. First game, Baltimore Ravens versus the New York Giants. Right now, the line is at 16.5. It did start the week around 12, 13, but it's gone up a lot now that a lot of money is going to the Baltimore Ravens. Me, personally, 16.5 is a huge number to take as a favorite, but then I realized that Tommy DeVito is starting for the New York Giants, and the last time that DeVito started for the Giants, that was against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they got blown out 30-7. No excuse for the Ravens team to not beat this Giants team by at least 20 points with DeVito starting. Don't like this number, but if I had to, I'll take the Baltimore Ravens at minus 16.5. Commanders versus the Saints. Right now, the line is at 7.5. It did start the week at 7, but it's gone up half a point. I'll take the Commanders at minus 7.5. The Commanders are coming off their bye. They cannot take this game lightly. The LA Rams are creeping up, and they're trying to take someone's spot to get into the playoffs. And the Saints, without Derek Carr playing and the Saints starting a backup, the Saints are losing by about 21 points. So pretty much when Derek Carr is not the starter, this Saints team is pretty much getting blown out in every single game that they played in with a backup. No faith in the Saints team. I'll take the Commanders to cover this minus 7.5. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Cleveland Browns. Right now, the line is at 4. It did start the week at around 6, 5.5. A lot of momentum is going to the Browns side with reason. In the last 7 games, the Chiefs have not covered a spread, but then in the last 6 games, the Cleveland Browns are 1-5. Typically, when two teams are pretty much ass against the spread in the past few weeks, I tend to go with the underdog and take the points. But me personally, I feel like 4 is too low of a number to take the Browns. But then I don't want to take the minus 4 on the Chiefs because they aren't really covering spreads. This is going to be a part of a teaser parlay. I'm adding 6 points to the Cleveland Browns. I'm taking the 4, taking it up to plus 10. So I'm taking it Browns plus 4 up to plus 10. The reason being is because the Chiefs have yet to cover a spread of 10 or more points. So besides not covering spread in the last 7 games, they have yet to cover a spread of 10 or more points. I like the Browns to keep it close. This game is at home. It's going to be raining all morning. I expect this to be a low-scoring affair. And with Jameis Winston throwing the ball over the place, you never know what could happen. They did get traded by Bryce Young. They did get traded by Aiden O'Connell. Jameis Winston does not care. He does not think too much and just throws the ball and trusts the play calling. I like the Browns to keep it within 10. So give me the Browns plus 10, a part of the 6-point teaser we have for this video. Cincinnati Bengals versus Tennessee Titans. Right now, the line is at 5. I'll take the Bengals at minus 5. The Tennessee Titans have yet to cover a spread at home. And whenever the Cincinnati Bengals are favored as a road favorite, they've covered every single spread. 4-0 against the spread as an away favorite. The Tennessee Titans are 0-6 at home. Give me the Bengals at minus 5. I have no faith in this Titans team. I understand that the Bengals defense is trash and the Titans have a top 5 defense, but the Bengals also have a top 10 offense. The Titans have a bottom 10 offense. I trust Joe Burrow and his MVP-like ability to move the ball on his Titans than I do with Will Levis. Give me the Bengals at minus 5. Miami Dolphins versus the Houston Texans. Right now, the line is at 3. It did start the week at 2.5. I understand there's a lot of momentum going to the Houston Texans side, but give me the Miami Dolphins. I am teasing this from a plus 3 up to a plus 6. The Miami Dolphins know that their season is on the line with this game. The Texans are going to blitz at a high rate. Tua Tagovailoa is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL when throwing against blitz pressure. The Texans have yet to win a game coming off a bye since having C.J. Stroud at quarterback. The past few weeks, I have not been impressed with this Houston Texans team as well as C.J. Stroud. I expect the Miami Dolphins to continue to fight and keep themselves alive to get into the playoffs. I don't know if I like 3, but I definitely like Miami Dolphins at plus 6 to keep this game very interesting, as I do like Tua to go toe-to-toe with C.J. Stroud. I like the Dolphins in a close game. I'm teasing the Dolphins plus 3 to a plus 6 in a 3-point teaser parlay that I have. New York Jets versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Right now, the line is at 3. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars at plus 3. I have no faith in choosing this Jets team as a favorite, nor do I have any faith choosing this Jets team as a 3-point favorite, probably against any other team. In the past 2 weeks, the Jacksonville Jaguars covered against the Houston Texans, and they covered against the Tennessee Titans. So pretty much with the numbers at 3, 3.5, they're pretty much 2-0 in the past few weeks. The Jets have been trash against the spread lately, and they've been trash all season. I can't choose the Jets as a favorite or a 3-point favorite. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars at plus 3. They seem to have more fight with their coach than the Jets do, because the Jets are pretty much looking at Cancun and they have no faith in their current coach. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars at +3. Dallas Cowboys versus Carolina Panthers. Right now, the line is at 3. It did start the week at 1. A lot of momentum is going on the Panthers. The Panthers have covered in 4 straight games. Meanwhile, the Dallas Cowboys have been really bad against the spread, especially from what I've read. Within the last 6 games as single-digit underdogs, the Dallas Cowboys are 0-6. To me, personally, this is a no-play spread pick, but if I had to choose, I'll take the Carolina Panthers -3. I won't be surprised if this game ends in the push, maybe 14-17, 20-23. So me personally, no play. If I had to choose, give me the Panthers -3, but this is a potential push game for me. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Right now, the line is at 5.5. This is going to be a very close in-state rivalry game. The Pittsburgh Steelers, in the last 7 games with Russell Wilson, they are 6-1. But as an underdog, the Pittsburgh Steelers are undefeated with a 5-0 record against the spread as an underdog. Meanwhile, the Philadelphia Eagles, even though that they are undefeated against non-conference play, they are 3-0 against the AFC North. Let's take a look at a few things here, right? The Philadelphia Eagles, they played against the Cincinnati Bengals, the Cleveland Browns, and the Baltimore Ravens. The Cincinnati Bengals have a really bad defense. We'll scratch that out. When playing against the Cleveland Browns, they won by 4. Playing against the Baltimore Ravens, they won by 5, and that's with Justin Tucker missing 2 field goals. That could have been a potential loss, but in close games between the Browns, close games against the Baltimore Ravens, I'll take the Pittsburgh Steelers at +5.5. I actually trust Mike Tomlin as a road underdog against a divisional leading team than I do against Nick Sirianni and the Eagles as a favorite against a divisional leading team. All the Steelers have to do is stop Saquon Barkley and force Jalen Hurts to throw the ball, even though the Eagles are bottom 5 in passing yards as an offense. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers at +5.5 in a close game. I understand they won't have George Pickens in this game, but if the Steelers get key stops, Russell Wilson becomes a game manager in this game could be a lot close. The Eagles almost lost to the Carolina Panthers, and the Eagles almost lost to the Baltimore Ravens. Very close games. The luck will run out in this game. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers at +5.5. Indianapolis Colts versus the Denver Broncos. Right now, the line is at 4.5. It was initially at 4, but I am teasing this game down. Give me the Denver Broncos from 4.5 down to 1.5. This will be my 3-point teaser for this week. I'm combining it with the Miami Dolphins at +6, Denver Broncos at -1.5. This is my 3-point teaser parlay that I have for this week. Pretty much all the Denver Broncos need to do is win this game. They know that if they win this game, they're pretty much locked into the playoffs. I understand that the Colts still have a mathematical chance to keep their season alive, but I like the Broncos to win this game outright, and I do think that the Broncos can beat this Colts team by at least 2 points. Give me the Broncos tease down to -1.5. My 3-point teaser. Dolphins +6. Broncos -1.5. Buffalo Bills versus the Detroit Lions. Right now, the line is at 2.5. It did start the week at 3. Some money is going on the Buffalo Bills for it to go from 3 to 2.5. This is a game where I feel like the Detroit Lions are going to win the first half, but the Buffalo Bills win the second half. It is going to come down to probably who has the ball last. The 2.5 is a bit weird to me, so this is going to complete my 6-point teaser. Give me the Buffalo Bills at a +2.5 up to 8.5. My 6-point teaser will be Browns +10. Buffalo Bills +8.5. That will be my 6-point teaser for this week. I do think the Bills can keep this game close. I don't think they'll get blown out at Detroit. Like I said, the Lions will win the first half. Bills will win the second half. Close game. I feel comfortable with the Bills at +8.5 than I do with 2.5. So 6-point teaser parlay complete. Browns +10, Buffalo Bills +8.5. Next game, New England Patriots versus the Arizona Cardinals. Right now, the line is at 6. It did start the week at 6.5. It went down to 5.5. A lot of momentum going on both sides. If you look at the Patriots the past few weeks, they almost beat the Rams. They almost beat the Colts, but lost on a 2-point conversion. And in the last 6 weeks, the New England Patriots are 4-2 against the spread. The Arizona Cardinals are on a 3-game losing streak, both of them going to Seattle Seahawks and one of them going to Minnesota Vikings. I do think that the Cardinals can win this game outright, but I'm going to take the points with the New England Patriots. I do think that the final stretch of the season is more so on Drake May's development and see what he can do leading this Patriots team in 2025. I'm not really bought into the Arizona Cardinals, and Kyler Murray has been very turnover prone the past few weeks. Like I said, the Cardinals can win this game outright, and they've been doing well against inferior competition, but I really can't buy into the Cardinals right now until they show me something. I'm going to take the points with the New England Patriots. So give me the Patriots at +6 to cover against the Arizona Cardinals. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the LA Chargers. Right now, the line is at 2.5. It did creep up to 3, but it's down to 2.5. Give me the LA Chargers at -2.5. I have a lot of faith in this Chargers defense to stop the Tampa Bay Buccaneers than I do in this Buccaneers defense trying to stop the LA Chargers offense. I like the Chargers at -2.5 at home. They've been doing well covering at home. I do think the Buccaneers can keep it close in the first half. Baker Mayfield's a gunslinger, and I do think he'll, work on having Mike Evans involved to keep him in this game. But it's hard to go against the Chargers in this defense. Give me the Chargers at -2.5. Green Bay Packers versus the Seattle Seahawks. Right now, the line is at 2.5. It did start the week at 3. It's gone down to 2.5. I believe this will be a very close game. Here's why. The Green Bay Packers have a subpar pass rush, and their linebacker core have a hard time stopping the pass in the middle of the field. That may work well to Geno Smith's advantage, who's been one of the hottest quarterbacks the last few weeks. Look at the Seattle Seahawks. They are on the 4-game winning streak, but if you look at their schedule, they have yet to really beat a quality playoff team. The Green Bay Packers have not lost to a team with a record lower than them, but then the Seattle Seahawks are trying to do their best to continue to win out and keep the LA Rams from winning the division and have the Rams get into the playoffs. But me personally, I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers at -2.5. I think the Packers can bounce back and win in Seattle and win this game by a field goal or more. If you do not feel comfortable with this 2.5 for either side, this is a perfect teaser parlay or a perfect 6-point teaser on the Seattle Seahawks. You can tease the Seahawks to an 8.5 and combine it with the Bills at 8.5, or Seahawks plus 8.5 to a Browns 10. But if you don't like the 2.5, you should definitely be putting a 6-point teaser on the Seattle Seahawks. But I'm all up on teaser parlays for this video. Giving the Packers at -2.5. I do expect them to bounce back and win this Seattle game by a field goal or more. Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings. Right now, the line is at 6.5. Give me the Minnesota Vikings at -6.5. The Vikings have been very dominant at home. The Chicago Bears gave up 5 or more sacks against the 49ers, which probably means that's bad news for Caleb Williams in this game since Brian Flores is a blitz-heavy defensive coordinator. I don't think they'll allow Caleb Williams to breathe in this game. I think the Bears should just turn over and let the season be a lost season, and the Vikings continue their winning streak. I do think the Vikings can beat this Bears team by at least 10 points. Last but not least, we have the Atlanta Falcons versus the Las Vegas Raiders. The line is at 4. Give me the Atlanta Falcons at -4. Me, personally, I will not be putting any money on the Falcons. They've been really subpar the past few weeks, but if you look who they're playing against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders now have the number 1 pick in the 2025 draft. I don't expect them to win this game. I expect the Falcons to win, and I think the Falcons could cover this -4. So give me the Atlanta Falcons at -4. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the content, please give the video a thumbs up and comment below on your Week 15 NFL spread picks. Thank you so much, and catch you guys next week.